Ukraine's electricity network is facing critical shortages after Russian strikes rained havoc on the country's grid last week. This has forced millions of Ukrainians to live with scheduled blackouts as winter sets in the country. According to the United Nations, the situation is particularly critical in the cities of Mykolaiv and Kherson. The UN claims nearly 250,000 people in Mykolaiv alone face a lack of heat, water and power at the moment. In Kherson, the situation is far from normal. With the constant issue of heat and power, residents are also withstanding daily shelling from Russian forces. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russian forces shelled 30 settlements in the Kherson region 258 times in the past week.
Today, as every single day, the occupiers again shelled Kherson and the region's communities. In just 1 week, the enemy struck 30 settlements of our Kherson region, 258 times. The Russian army damaged the pumping station, which supplies water to Mykolaiv.
Russian President Vladimir Putin claims he has annexed the Kherson region and that the people there are now Russians. But earlier this month, his troops were forced to withdraw from the city of Kherson, which had been the largest one taken under Moscow's control since the invasion on February 24th this year. The United States and its NATO allies are set to pledge more money and equipment for Ukraine in order to help restore power and heat knocked out by Moscow's missile and drone campaign against infrastructure in Ukraine. Meanwhile, the Biden administration blames Russia for postponing meetings to discuss a key nuclear arms control agreement between the two countries. According to a U.S. State Department spokesperson, saying the decision was made unilaterally by Russia. This is the only agreement still left in place regulating the world's two largest nuclear arsenals after previous American administrations withdrew from some of them. The meetings were scheduled to be held this week in Egypt against the backdrop of Moscow's nuclear threats towards Ukraine. U.S. officials have repeatedly stressed the need for dialogue on nuclear matters in order to reduce the risk of a nuclear escalation.